up on stage, Yasi Elie! Choose off!
I have decided to get a car. No, I haven't quite decided to get a car. I am determined to get a car. A motorcycle, a moped, a bike with a motor, a unicycle with jets, anything, as long as it serves as an alternative to the bus. I am tired of crowded buses. Buses that squeeze people in like sardines, buses that insist people move back when there is nowhere to move back to except in time, and buses that squeeze in so many people that sometimes they don't even bother to stop at the stop and leave you at the curb, shaking your fist and cursing the sadist gods of public transit. I am tired of late buses, perpetually stalling and ridiculously early buses, bus schedules that make better origami paper than they do their job, and bus tracking apps that laugh in the face of accuracy. Punctuality be damned. I am tired of small children, screaming children, crying children, overly inquisitive children, sticky children, any children. I am tired of the stench, the smell, the rank odor of human misery, which smells so much like urine that it's hard to tell them apart, the wafting scent of reckless abandon tinged with industrial-strength lemon salt, and a high note of cheap malt liquor ingrained from years of drunks and vagabonds treating these eye-sealing seats as public waste receptacles. I'm tired of bad shocks, of bad roads, of potholes and poor drivers, scrambled kidneys, and long routes to work that make enjoying a cup of coffee an exercise in avoiding burn injuries. There's never AC in the heat, wide open windows in the winter, broken doors, engines, and dreams everywhere else. I am tired of being a pillow. Too many sleepy heads have rested upon these shoulders, dripping tears, drool, and bad dreams onto shirts that I have no choice but to burn in a frenzy of skin crawls and disgust. Too many work uniforms have been lost to lost lunches, poor grips on coffee cups, and disoriented infants whose parents give fewer shits than their nauseous offspring. I am tired of the criers, the screamers, the weepers, the gropers, the seat thieves, the true thieves, the teenage thugs, the bus-stop Romeos, the proselytizers, the indignant choras, the confrontational PETA volunteers, the sticky-fingered brats, the exasperated parents, the top-volume phone conversations, the less than subtle hand jobs in the far corners, the less than subtle erections hidden behind newspapers, the flashers, the camera flashes, the unappetizing pubic hair glimpses, and the perverts who think it is okay to sit way too close to your face when you're sitting down. If I have to see one more unsolicited set of genitals, I may have to swear off genitals altogether to avoid traumatic flashbacks of dirty old man penis and rancid club skank labial folds. Sometimes early in the morning, on my bus route to work, as I'm squeezed in between a PETA worker and the crazy woman who tells me I'm going to hell, a fantasy forms in my mind. Mythical and grand and beastly, a monster, bright yellow, tall as two horses, inexplicable as its price tag, gleaming and fast and gas-guzzling, its interior an ocean of soft animal skin. It must smell like baby seal leather and money and hope and comfort, and definitely a distinct lack of vomit. I want a Hummer. Huge and environmentally less sound than petrochemical dumps in the Pacific. I only want it. Well, okay, I don't only want it because of my obvious Napoleon complex. But I want it because its wasteful wanton luxury is the furthest thing from the privations of public transportation, and only something so soul-crushing and spirit-dampening and pants-dampening as the bus could make me want to waste money so eagerly. It's a far and beautiful dream for this humble barista. Perhaps I should set my sights closer, like a nice used Honda Civic. Whatever the case, I'm getting a car. So, hello everyone. A little bit about me. My name is Yasi. I'm 24. I'm an Iranian Jew. I have a very healthy father-son relationship with my dad. Which puzzles me because my dad actually has a son. He has 2 sons, actually. I haven't met one, but the other one lives with me. It's kind of like living with a teenager and a bear. My brother is the bear, and my dad is the teenager. My dad is going through this weird, like, second adolescence where he doesn't talk to anybody and he just kind of hides in his room all day playing rock music. Like, I hear Led Zeppelin occasionally, and he just kind of sits in there and writes sad poetry about raindrops and puppies, and I keep trying to talk to him, but he just tells me, "You don't understand!" And my brother is actually physically looks somewhat like a bear. He might be gay, we're not sure, so I've been calling him a bear. I don't think he's caught on yet. But I mean, like, it's so hard to talk to him too. He's 19. Occasionally I try to like check on him in his room and there's just like gnaw marks where he's gotten hungry. You know, try to have a conversation with them and it's just like a low growl, like, "Get out." But yes, my father and I have a strangely good relationship, which I feel like is very rare in Los Angeles. My dad was in my life growing up. Okay, I feel rare in that. I have a good relationship with my dad, but I don't understand why my dad has a good relationship with me, because we are 2 very different and very similar individuals. Like, we hate a lot of the same people. We hate people. We just hate people in general. But my dad has lived such a different life than I have, and I always feel like I'm never going to be able to step into his shoes properly. Like my dad escaped Iran during the revolution. He moved to Israel. He didn't speak any Hebrew. He just kind of did a lot of drugs, and I don't know if he intended to dress and drag on purpose that one time, but he likes to tell that story. Like my dad is such like a tough, old, jolly Jew type. Okay, if you've ever watched Fiddler on the Roof, you've met my father. That's him. He's very like, I don't care what you do, be safe. But at the same time, like, what the fuck are you doing? Which I love him so dearly for that. But like my dad, like my favorite story about my dad is he has this scar running down his arm to his elbow, which I asked him about when I was a kid repeatedly. And he would always tell me the story of, "Oh, I got into a fight." I'm like, okay, well, but why? Because we were drunk and in the desert and there was nothing else to do. Okay, but why does it look like that? Oh, because I sewed myself up. Why? I didn't want to wake up a medic. He was drunk too, there's no point. And for some reason, this man, this crazy, often drugged out, often poetic and operatic and strangely jolly Persian man, thinks that I am some kind of like tough punk asshole. Which puzzles me because like, my dad sewed himself up. I once spent an hour freaking out over a mole. Where do we compare? Like my dad escaped a revolution. I am still struggling to speak Spanish. How does that compare? And honestly, I would sort of doubt the paternity if we didn't look almost exactly the same at the same age. Like there's a picture of my dad at 24. This is like mid-70s, late 70s or something. It's a picture of my dad, and he's got kind of the same hair. He's got like a leather jacket on. He's rocking like a full Freddie Mercury. He's been rocking the full Freddie Mercury since like the mid-70s, whereas like I can kind of grow a Frida. A little bit. But I am basically my dad with a less glorious mustache. And I don't understand how this man, maybe because he lived through the 70s and he saw like the punk movement and he saw long hair and the leather jacket and the patches and the combat boots and whatnot. Maybe because he lived through that, he looks at me and takes stock of how I've been dressing lately with the dyed hair and the piercings and the tattoos and the leather pants and all that, and just assumes like, alright, she dresses like this. She doesn't come home for like weeks at a time. I'm pretty sure she's drunk most of the time that she's home, and she curses like a sailor. This kid's okay. That's the only conclusion I can draw. And I don't get it. But like, I'll never forget, I was sitting with my dad one night and we were drinking beers and he was smoking a joint because he doesn't give a fuck. But I just remember like we were talking about our family and some of the tough times we've gone through, and I remember him saying like, Yas, I'm not worried about you. Your mom and your brother, they need someone to take care of them. Your brother can't manage on his own. But I think you're very independent. You'll be okay. I'm not worried about you when I'm gone because you really are a man. And that is the highest compliment my father has ever paid me. Family's gone through some tough times lately. We've had some financial troubles. We've had some health problems. Recently, we kind of went through a bit of a thing. Like, it's really funny when things kind of creep up on you and you're not expecting them, and you're never prepared for a disaster. Like, you're never prepared for the worst to happen. And recovering from the trauma can just take so long, and it's so hard sometimes. But my grandmother finally moved back to Iran, and we're finally returning back to normal. It's wonderful. I mean, it was just like, it was so sudden when we didn't get any warning that she was coming. It was just like a whirlwind of suitcases and like Yves Saint Laurent perfume everywhere. It was crazy. I managed to hide in the closet just in time. Oh my God. That was like, there was nowhere else safe. Nothing in the house was safe. I would come home some nights and just, like, everything was clean. The room, the bathroom, the tub had been cleaned. What was going on? I came home one night, one of my pants had been left on the table, and it looked like it had been washed and ironed, and I think it was patched up. I don't know. I still don't like to think about it. It freaks me out. And no one ever tells you about the smell, you know? It's weird, like it lingers with you. Sometimes, like, if I don't crack open a window, I can still get a whiff of Chanel No. 5. It was terrifying. And then she started talking about getting a green card and living with us, and at that point I knew, oh shit, okay, I have to step up and take care of everybody. I have to fix this. Because, you know, we can't handle this, guys. LA is under so much strain already. We have a drought, we're having financial problems. There's a whole neighborhood of Iranians. We can't handle this anymore, man. Westwood? You go to Westwood sometimes, the miasma of Chanel No. 5 hanging over it. It is dangerous to light a match sometimes. Ooh, it gives me chills thinking about it. We can't handle this, guys. We can't have all these sweet old foreign ladies coming to our towns, moving in with our families, knitting our scarves, cleaning our houses, cooking our meals, setting up our friends with their grandkids, pinching our cheeks. We cannot let blatant disregard for American values to flourish like this. And that's why I called immigration. But yeah, I have a very strange relationship with my family. I'm realizing as time goes on. I don't know how to come out to my family. My dad is very laissez-faire about my lifestyle. He's just sort of like, be safe, don't do too many drugs, don't make babies. I'm like, okay, I can live with that. Which is, it's gonna be so hard to tell him that I have a boyfriend now. I don't know how he's going to take it. I'm sure there's going to be the initial panic of, oh shit, this asshole could put a baby in my baby. What? And then I don't want to tell my mom. I think my mom would be fairly relieved because I've come out to my mother once already telling her like, hey, so vaginas, can we agree those are great? No? Oh, okay. Well, I think they're great. Later. And her last words to me before I went home was, you know, if you ever find yourself attracted to a man, don't fight it. Just try it out. See how that works out for you. See if you like that. And much to my chagrin, I did. And I did. And I did. I didn't, and I did, and I did. There you go. And I love my mother so much, but she's Jewish. You can't let a Jewish woman have the satisfaction of being right, because the next thing you know, they want regular visits and phone calls, grandkids, and voting rights, and that's just too much. I'll tell her after the wedding. But I have somehow acquired a person that lets me see them naked on a regular basis. I don't know if if he's in the room. I hope to God he's not in the room because I'm talking. Fuck! So I have acquired a person of a boyfriend type nature, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful for me. I don't know how it is for him, and I don't understand why he's doing it. Because someone who is objectively a very attractive and intelligent and well-balanced individual, for some reason, shows one of the more angry and neurotic and hirsute and generally hobbit-like individuals to date, which still puzzles me to this day. I don't understand why people want to date me. It's confusing, and as soon as you start dating me, I start tallying up your flaws, chiefly of which being that you find me attractive. Because that's weird. Why would you do that to yourself? I'm basically Frodo with a Napoleon complex. I think we can agree on this. I'm just a terrible, terrible romantic. But that is to say, I'm terrible at romance. I don't understand those things that people find romantic. Like, flowers. Flowers are nice. Okay, I can agree flowers are pretty. But don't spend $12 on a bouquet, babe. I can just steal it from the neighbor's garden. Come on. That's just wasting money. I'm Jewish. I'm against that. Just stuff like watching the sunset. It's nice in theory, but if you've ever been down to like Venice Beach or Santa Monica, it's flooded with tourists. There's babies, there's families, there's people asking you where the bathroom is. That's not romantic. And not only that, but there's a whole bunch of tourists walking around going like, oh look, darling, it's an American. Quick, take a picture for the people back home. And then at that point, it's just like, are we here to work or make out? I'm confused. What are we doing? I don't like shiny things. Okay, no, that's a lie. I like shiny things, but babe, you don't need to buy me shiny things. It's fine. No, I know you meant well, but I don't really wear pink. I don't know why you keep buying me pink. I know, babe. It's very pretty. I really hope you kept the receipt though. I don't understand. Like okay, dinner and a movie. That's the standard date, right? You meet someone, date her for the first date. You pick a nice movie to watch. You go to a nice place to eat. Probably you'll do that in reverse. Go eat first and go see the movie. Which I don't get. Why? If you want to impress someone, why would you go sit in a dark room for an hour and a half where you can't talk because you can't share in-jokes because then you'll be the asshole who talks in a movie and you'll get judged for that? Why would you sit for an hour and a half in silence and then afterwards allow yourself to get grilled for like a fucking hour about your opinion of every theme and character of the fucking movie? If I wanted to go back to English class, I would not have dropped out of college. Jesus Christ, what is that? And then like, I don't know, shiny, I'm not a romantic, guys. I don't understand. Okay, love songs. There's like that classic 80s, I'm just dying in your arms tonight. Okay, I get that. That's cute. There's a song on the radio right now that says, I wanna die in your arms tonight. Semantically, let's break this down. I'm dying in your arms tonight, implying that something you are doing is making me melt in your arms. I'm dying. I'm so overwhelmed with your love. I want to die in your arms tonight, implying I want to give you several years of PTSD. Just the logic of that song, like, girl, I want to die in your arms tonight. I want you to think I took an hour-long nap in your lap. Girl, I want to develop rigor mortis in your arms. I want to uncontrollably void my bowels all over you. Girl, I want you to have embarrassing and paralyzing night terrors for years. Ooh, girl, I want to impact every one of your future interpersonal relationships in a negative fashion for the rest of your life. Girl, I love you so much. I want you to have extensive and embarrassing therapy bills until you die. Who likes that? Who says that? Crazy people say that. Fair warning. Hey, just lurking back there, I feel bad. Just has an embarrassing look on his face. Yes, I am cheating. Just, how am I doing on time?
Like 3 minutes.
Sweet! Okay, so, I don't know what else to say other than I come from crazy Iranian Jews, which sounds like a paradox, Paradox, except if you go to Westwood, it is full of Jews. And the reason for this is because Iran is a mostly Muslim country, so we all came here. It was like coming to the homeland. It's hot, everything smells like cologne, and we're surrounded by Jews. All in all, I think historically it was a good move. Thank you everyone, have a wonderful night.